as I get older, I meet more and more people who have them. It's just like, man, that's just a luxury. I've not crossed that bridge yet.
Which brand?
Oh, like Ultimate Ears and a couple other brands I've heard of. It's all such a far away target that I haven't like investigated which brand everyone has. I was like, oh, I can't afford that, so I just block it out. It's like a repressed thing. But I follow Ultimate In-Ears. I'm on their mailing list. Just something to keep my eye on. Like, nice. Okay, I said I wanted In-Ears, so I follow them.
Let's
just as a reminder.
Yeah, let's get them to sponsor the Quiet Entertainer.
Be nice.
That would be nice. I have hit record, so we are rolling. Thank you for tuning in to another exciting episode of the Play Nice podcast. And back with me again for his encore presentation is Greg, musician extraordinaire, the Quiet Entertainer. Greg, what is up?
Yes, man? Hello everybody, and hello Ryan.
Hey man, thanks for
all of your nicknames as well. all the
right,
Dub C, the Iran, all the trash conductor, all the things. Absolutely.
I'm trying to aspire to be like Method Man and have have an entire just book of just different names, that he
AKA. I love when rappers have like a million AKAs and they just drop them all at once. It's great.
Because I just moved back to Kentucky, so I've kind of been going through all my old stuff. And speaking of nostalgia, I don't know if you're a wrestling fan. I don't know if you recognize the Raven from WCW back in the day. Quote the Raven nevermore. I love that dude.
The Raven, the Flock. Yeah.
He would pick fights with people and just sit there and send all those dudes to go get their ass beat. It cracked me up. That
was a fun era for the Raven, and he once he started doing that, he just never wrestled.
No,
he was just always out there with his flock.
Because he was actually like a really good wrestler, like with ECW and stuff like that. Because that's where they found him, was
right.
The ECW.
Yeah, those matches. The matches he's most known for wouldn't have aired on WCW. No. So he just had the flock, and he was just the figurehead of a really interesting, that was around the NWO time too. Yep. So it was really different, just a very different thing to check for. I was into that. I remember that for sure. So are you watching wrestling right now?
No, I watch highlights on YouTube. So I kind of keep up a little bit with AEW, a little bit with WWE. I keep up with it, but I don't watch a lot of it. It's got to put some effort into actually watching this stuff now. So, but AEW is very quickly growing on my heart. I dig it.
I've spent the past few months really digging into AEW.
Oh, awesome.
And to the point where now I watch Dynamite every week.
Awesome, dude.
I occasionally watch Rampage, but I've been kind of plugged in. I mean, I still don't know. There's so many wrestlers that I just don't know or care about, and there's so many storylines.
Right.
But I've been watching the Adam Cole and MJF, and watching CM Punk now. And it's really interesting to me.
I like what they did with Chris Jericho, man. I was a fan of Jericho back in the day, and so it's good to see that, because he was one of the first champions they pushed.
when I started watching AEW, he was feuding with MJF.
Okay.
And Pinnacle versus the Inner Circle, and it was very much like they had just wrestled a whole bunch of times, and I tried to like research and just catch some back matches and backstory. I'm really over I'm really over Chris Jericho at this point. I was a huge fan back in the day. He used to put on really great matches, and now I'm just ready for him. He's like watching Sting in the ring right now. It's just like if he does something really great, then it's just like, oh, okay, well, cool. He can still do something, but it's like always a surprise. It's always kind of unexpected. The moves he does is just kind of the same stuff. And even on the microphone, where he was really great on the microphone, and like now I'm just kind of like,
he's just
I don't care. He's feuding with Eddie Kingston or something right now. They're kind of teasing an Eddie Kingston thing.
What's that? Is his band off tour? Because I know Jericho took a little bit of time off so he could go tour Europe with his band recently.
I think Fozzy. Well, no. So Fozzy was supposed to come to Nashville.
Oh,
a month ago.
Okay.
I think they were booked to play the Basement in Nashville like a month ago or something really recent. It's either recently happened or it's about to happen. And AEW is going to be here next month. No, I don't think. I think the band is still active, and they have a tour based around really close to.
Okay.
But he was off TV. He was off TV for a while too, so maybe the band was touring, but they were booked to play in Nashville very recently, or it's coming up. And I know AEW is coming here next month. So
are you going to go to that?
I don't think so. I don't want to go and have like bad seats. Tickets have been on sale for a while now.
And if right you do, now, let me know. I may be interested in coming down and going to that. So so let me know.
Tickets have been on sale for a minute, and so
there might not be. So all the good seats might be gone.
I feel like all the good seats are probably gone, and I'm just. So I don't know if you know this. I quit my big engineering job to do music acting full time.
Oh,
and
awesome.
I'm just
good for you, dude.
I'm struggling.
Good
to keep everything going. So
well,
a lot of those
not good that you're struggling, but good that
I'm happier than I've been in a year. So
good. That's awesome, man.
It's really great. But I had to cut out things that I would have done with my other job. And so I'm figuring it out. So yeah, that's something that, once DJing starts back up, because I had lost a lot of gigs because of that other job. So once that picks back up.
Because the engineering job was pulling you to Atlanta a lot.
Yeah.
Wasn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Because you were posting a lot from your hotel room.
From the hotel, yeah. So that's a big thing. So yeah, a lot of those special events, I hope to get back in the swing of things once now that the holidays are over. I can start getting some gigs again, virus pending.
Right.
So
right. I'll
let you know though about AEW.
Yeah, let me know. And we'll also we'll talk. I want to talk music and stuff, like off air stuff, because I really miss performing, honestly. And so I'm gonna be getting back into that out here in Kentucky. So I will definitely be in touch with you about some shows and stuff. So
how long are you gonna be where you're at right now?
Pseudo permanently, I guess.
Because
I moved. I was wanting to move to Florida uh, because I really like, all of the freedoms that Florida offers, along with
Okay.
the tax incentives and tax breaks and things like that. Because I'm making moves into actually officially being a production company instead of just someone that says they have a production company and a logo. And you can't do that
Okay.
in California. And so I was like, I want to go to Florida for the tax breaks. But Kentucky's pretty cheap too, I got to admit. Like, my car insurance just went down by $120 a month.
Wow. Cool.
So it's, yeah, so
It's like
so
getting a raise.
it is, it really is. It's like, it is exactly like that. And gas is cut in half. Like, I was used to paying, or almost in half. I was used to paying like $4.50 a gallon for gas. It's like less than 3 here, which is
Oh
cool.
man.
So I'm staying back out on this side of the country. Like, I mean, maybe because I was trying to save money, and you just can't save any money in Los Angeles. It's no matter how hard you work, no matter how many hours in a day you put in, how many days a week you work, you just sort of end up spinning your wheels, and it was exhausting. And combined with the fact that they're still keeping everybody in jail there, the whole place it's just not fun at all, man. It died, and so here I am. But things have been good, actually. I mean, I can't really. I mean, a little awkward, but I can't complain too much. Actually, I went out with some old buddies, like a friend of mine that I hadn't seen in a while, and hung around town, had a lot of fun. And so it's nice getting out of here. So I'm on this side of the country permanently, not going back. I mean, I may, like, I don't know, if the right opportunity popped up in Tennessee, I'd head down there. If things just turn up 100% Ryan out here, I'll stick around. Like, the biggest lesson I think I learned from living out in Los Angeles is that I don't need to be there to do what I want to do,
Right.
and like what I'm trying to accomplish artistically. Like, I don't really need to be there. Like, yes, it's nice for this or that, but like, at the end of the day, I don't really want anything to do with those companies. I've worked for all of them in some form or fashion. AT&T and Warner, those people hate you. Disney hates you. Like, all of those companies, they hate you. They don't even treat most of their employees very well. And they sure as hell don't appreciate the customers anymore.
Wow.
And so I just like have a hard time like justifying working directly in there, and especially since I have, like, my goal, my mission, my fight is independent artists and small creators, the like the people that are full of talent, that are trying to make it out there on their own, that have something to share with the world, that just need to get out there. The people that are just fucking putting on their boots, grabbing an oar, rowing, joining in the fight, just doing everything they can to hold on to integrity, especially when it comes to the arts and communicating. And so that is my fight. That is my passion. I, constantly rooting for the little guy. And not to say there's not some good stuff, because there is Cobra Kai out there.
Oh yeah, what a great show!
Oh my God! Anybody trying to rekindle or do sequels or reboots or anything like that really needs to take notes from what they did with Cobra Kai.
Yeah,
Like,
it's 100% fan service. but they took some time to really develop some new characters.
Yes.
And I care. It's like I want everyone to win on the show.
Yeah.
Like it's like, wow, who am I rooting for? Who am I rooting against? I don't know. I just want good things to happen. I want everyone to win. I'm very conflicted. So it's to me it's a sign of really great writing. I love that show, and we'll see. I guess the character I care about the most, Miguel, I guess that he's gonna. I don't know if they're writing him off the show or what they're. If he's already filmed, if they've already filmed the new season, and they're going to do stuff in Mexico, then I mean, really interesting. But yeah, I guess he's grown up now. I don't know. I'm so emotionally invested in his well-being that I don't care. Like I will carry I'll watch a whole show of just Miguel in Mexico.
Me too.
Dad. I want to know. So really important.
The thing that impressed me the most is that with the way they handled this the most recent season, the way they handled like Terry Silver, they made Karate Kid 3 seem like the most awesome movie that was ever made. Just by the way they handled Terry Silver, even though, you know, it's probably one of the worst Karate Kid movies, but I
liked Karate Kid 3 a lot. I was already a fan of Karate Kid 3. So he, as a villain, he crushed it in that role. God. And so now he crushed it again. Like,
the way it ended with him is, oh man, if everyone listening, if you haven't seen Cobra Kai on Netflix, watch it. It's Netflix. Cobra Kai is actually almost worth the subscription just by itself for me. Like that is
getting a lot. And if you were a fan of Karate Kid, it's definitely required. To me, it's required viewing. Mm-hmm. Like they honor the movies so well that it's like an honest actual sequel. Like these reboots and whatever, like this actually really does a great job of pushing the story forward and giving it more weight. And that's a great example of just the Terry Silver dynamic. Like what was a throwaway story and a throwaway villain, which I still liked. I still was a fan of that. They gave it new life and new legs. And the only thing that was really throwaway from that movie was that fake girlfriend romantic relationship.
The fake girlfriend.
That was like, oh, but I'm dating someone. Oh, okay, we're gonna be friends. Probably because he was twice her age.
Right. That's what I just found out, that she was supposed to have been the love interest, but when they cast everything, Ralph Macchio was like, I'm 28 and married. I am not making out with a minor. Yeah. And so he made them change the the thing to where they were just friends, which where when you know that, you're like, oh, okay. Which I don't understand why they didn't just cast a 21-year-old like they do for all the rest of the 16-year-olds in Hollywood. Like, because 21-year-olds play all the minors for
I'm glad it worked for Daniel. I'm glad he didn't have a new
girlfriend
make out session every single movie. Like he really did have
they were actually
some kind of standards, some kind of boundaries, and it wasn't about that. They didn't make the movie about that, whereas his
struggle was psychological, which is actually what makes Terry Silver such a good villain, is because yes, he is formidable physically, but like his psychological game is unparalleled. Like they just took what he was doing in Karate Kid 3, just trying to get into Daniel's head, and they just
he took down Kreese. He did the thing that the heroes were trying to do. I mean, spoilers. Sorry, everybody.
Spoilers.
But he did the thing that the heroes were trying to do. And so it's like, yes, but it's like, well, wait, no, we can't. We're not supposed to root for that.
Right. So it's like, no.
What do we do? Like, do we want him to win? Do we want him to lose? Like, are we happy that he's like, so it's like, you're in this mind fuck. It's like,
it's like, you son of a bitch. You made me sympathetic to Kreese for a second.
Yeah.
And like, and he is a bad man. And you made me sympathetic towards him just a little bit. And that is, you know, one of the
genius of the show, I think.
Yeah.
Because Miguel was the villain, and then Robbie was the villain. And then it's just like, well, you know, I don't even like Sam like I thought I did. And like, oh, maybe Tori isn't so bad. And it's like, oh, I liked Kenny, but now he's bad. And oh, Daniel's son is actually kind of a jerk. And I wanted, he's like, I hate everyone. I love everyone.
Right.
All at the same time.
Man.
And it's just like, what do I do? So
I'm a big Hawk fan. I love the evolution that character has gone through from the first episode, you know, from the very beginning. Hawk, Lip, you know, like
Hawk, Eli. He was a big nerd and was picked on, and we saw him grow into this ultimate badass and an evil guy. And then he leveled out, and then now we got taken down.
Yep.
And then he's like a good
guy, slowly
building
back up.
And it's what a great arc. But that's what I'm talking about. Just the roller coasters of storylines that we're seeing. I never thought, like, it's just like, wow.
No, it's a lesson.
I meet someone new. It's like, am I gonna like this person? Am I gonna hate him? And I don't know. And that's the excitement every time I see someone new. It's just like, oh no, what are they gonna do?
Right. It's a very, like, if you someone there probably is a video, but that would be a very good show to dissect for writing purposes, because they do so many things right and correct for writing a story and as far as rounding out characters and plot points and like things to reveal and to not reveal. It's just a very good example on writing, how to put together entertainment.
I do watch occasional critical YouTube reviews and reaction videos and stuff, and I've seen some on Cobra Kai. Most everyone agrees with you, just very glowing, talking about character development and storytelling. So I, as someone who's not tried to write a screenplay or film or anything, I was still, as a fan of good content, I would agree. I was going to say shout out to Nashville actor Rebecca Lines got cast in that show. She plays Tori's aunt.
Okay.
That shows up in that one episode.
In the newest season, or
yes, okay. Yeah, in the new season.
I need to do a second viewing of Cobra Kai. I haven't had a chance to throw it on again.
Okay.
Yeah, I binged it and then got busy, and then I'm like, I need to, because I want to sit down and actually like watch it a couple more times. Because because Expanse has been coming out too. That's another show that I really like. This season's a little but you know, it's still good, especially for the choices for sci-fi stuff that's out now. I feel like
I can't watch everything. Show I've reserved.
Nobody can watch it. There's so much stuff out. But hopefully people watch this podcast. If you only have one thing, watch
another binge-worthy thing to watch. This podcast, I tell you what, it's a lot.
It definitely is. And circling back to the Raven shirt, the back to Method Man and all of his different nicknames, along with the shirt, which is one of the things that I've recently found from moving home. Found some old like Wu-Tang CDs and stuff. One of them was Tikal 2000, and the like when Chris Rock's doing his AK. Anyway, it made me think of that. Because I just recently listened to that album, because I've been going through playing nostalgia bingo with all my stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. I found all my Jackie Chan DVDs in the shed yesterday, and I gotta get back into my Jackie Chan stuff. I love that. I mean, we're to the end. I feel like the window's closed on really epic Jackie Chan movies, and so his body of work in his prime is still pretty incredible. I think it was something I just accidentally found those. I was looking for an old coat, but I saw recently a parkour. He's like a stunt guy who does parkour. He's like, I wanted to try filming a scene like fighting in Jackie Chan style, and he did like a whole behind the scenes on how he did it and how like the different stuff. Like broke down a bunch of Jackie Chan fight scenes to like figure out how to do it, and then it's really incredible. It just gave me more appreciation. I was like, yeah, this is really hard to do something in this style. Anyway, I don't know if we were talking a lot during my Jackie Chan phase, but I like went and bought. I went to McKay Books and just bought every Jackie Chan thing I could find, and just like I'm like a Jackie Chan guy. Just so anyway, I always get taken back, and so when you just said, I found my Wu-Tang stuff, like, I just found my Jackie Chan DVDs, or some of them. Some I sold back because they were whack. They were actually like whack movies, but some I kept.
Oh, some of his first stuff that are like super
of the
B
old
movies.
Yeah.
Like the stuff before the Drunken Master movies.
Before like Drunken Master and Police Story.
Yeah,
there's
like
some like old weird stuff, like or like back when he was trying to do like the Bruce Lee stuff, and he hadn't figured out. But he hadn't figured out that he's like an action comedic genius. He like was doing some crusty movies.
Now, okay, do you like some of the, I say more recent, like the stuff that he did later in his career, like some of the, like I think it's called like The Spy Next Door and stuff like that, like some of the kids movies that he did? Did you watch those?
I did watch those. So he was doing a lot of buddy cop type stuff. Like him paired with like a comedic guy.
I did like the Shanghai series, actually, like him and Owen Wilson, for speaking of buddy cop stuff.
Shanghai Noon, Shanghai Nights. Yeah,
I did really like those. I thought those were fun.
The Spy Next Door just wasn't a good story, but it was funny. It should have like funny moments, but it wasn't like an interesting plot as much as the other one. It wasn't like real stakes.
Right.
Not really. And like it didn't have like no one just popped off the screen other than Jackie Chan. So it felt like one of those older Jackie Chan movies, but he wasn't doing, and the stunts he did, the fighting wasn't the same. And so he did less of the craziness that he would have done. And even like in Rush Hour. Yeah. So like, I did see Spy Next Door, and I saw Robbie Hood, I think, came out around that time. And,
okay, that one,
Zodiac, and he did one with Johnny Knoxville that I can't remember. That Skip Trace.
Yes,
Skip Trace around that time. So all of those was like around that time, and it started to get like worse and worse. Like Less on the action and more like on the comedy, like
Yeah.
too comedy. Like Spy Next Door was one of those, like, oh, this is kind of too comedy. So after
Yeah.
Shanghai Nights, and he did like the Tuxedo, and
Yeah, the Tuxedo, that's another one that I was actually kind of referring to, where I was like, that is a
that's like the
more
last,
younger.
to me, that's like the last one in that really good era when he was like making all those American films.
Okay.
That's like the last really good one to me. But even that one was kind of unbelievable, but I thought it was well done.
What was the one he did with Jet Li finally? Was that the Monkey King movie? Did that have him and Jet Li in it?
He did one with Jet Li. I think it's called Unforbidden Kingdom.
Okay. Okay, I couldn't remember which. Okay, yeah.
I could be wrong. I might have that mixed up, but I think that's right.
Okay, I think you are.
Yeah, he might have done two with Jet. He might have done two with Jet Li, because I'm thinking of one where he's like in a mall, and then they find out that there's a archaeology, or there's one where he works in a mall, but then he stumbles upon this archaeology thing, and it like ports him back in time, and he has to like fight Jet Li, who's like this mythical character. I'm getting all these Jackie Chan movies, the plot kind of starts to run together where he starts doing some similar stuff in different movies. But I think it's called Unforbidden Kingdom.
That one, yes. Yeah, I was trying to, like, because I started to, because sometimes I know he's not comedic,
The Forbidden Kingdom.
The Forbidden. Okay.
Name of it.
I did see that. I don't quite remember it, but
very Crouching Tiger-esque.
Okay.
If I remember correctly. Very
yes, and there's like a tournament in it, right? Or is that a different one?
I don't remember a tournament. I don't remember him being in a tournament. I don't remember that one. I don't remember. Yeah, it's like no, okay, so that is the one. That movie does have the Monkey King. But I don't remember a tournament. I remember
I think I'm confusing that might be confusing that with a different Jet Li. Okay, yes, The Forbidden Kingdom is the Monkey King movie I was thinking about. Okay. Yes, and I actually loved Forbidden Kingdom. This was actually, yeah, okay. I went ahead and bit the bullet and IMDb'd it, since why not? I have a computer with the internet access.
We have technology.
Yes, we have the technology.
Do it.
But yeah, so yes, the Monkey King movie that I was just like, is that? It is, yes, The Forbidden Kingdom. There is a different one that I was thinking of that I don't think Jet Li is in, because I thought this movie was titled something else for some reason.
Oh.
Like, I thought it was actually titled The Monkey King. But it is not. I was wrong.
Now, speaking of tournaments, Cobra Kai, one of the students name dropped a whole bunch of martial arts movies that they must have pulled from. And so she did name Best of the Best. She named Bloodsport, which was brought up a bunch in one episode, and then Best of the Best. Now, have you seen Best of the Best?
I don't think so.
Very iconic, but very like 90s martial arts movie. 90s, 80s. I'll say 90s. They made 2 sequels, but the original Best of the Best, I think, has James Earl Jones and Eric Roberts, and actually the guy from Rush Hour who was in jail that Chris Tucker used to harass. He was in Best of the Best as one of
Okay.
the like sidekick characters on the good team or on like the USA team. That's kind of an iconic movie. It's kind of like watching Bloodsport if it happened in the United,
Yeah.
or if Bloodsport were like an Olympic competition or something like that. This would be kind of like that, or I don't know, some
I don't
kind
know
of
how I
Jean
missed this
Claude
one.
Van Damme. Yeah, Best of the Bet. Check out.
Yeah, I'll
I'm
have to
not
check
gonna
this
vouch
out.
for the. What'd you say?
I'll have to check. I'll have to check this out. I don't know how I missed this one.
I can't vouch for the sequels, but if you watch that first one, that's pretty good. I think that one holds up. I could watch that right
Well,
now.
there are almost no sequels that anyone should really vouch for. Like
Yeah.
there are very few sequels that I feel can be vouched for. Like
Yeah.
Bumblebee is probably the best Transformers movie, so that would be the only sequel that you can that I would.
It's too bad I'll never watch another Transformers movie. So it's not even. I'm not giving them any more of my eyeballs.
Hold tight to your convictions. I don't blame you.
Yeah,
I'm not interested in the this Beast Wars movie they got coming out. I feel like it's probably gonna be dog shit. But
no, I have no thoughts. I have no energy for any more live action Transformers.
They
sapped it out of me.
Bumblebee was actually one of the few movies that I was removed from. I was like, because when I used to do background, like I showed up and like, because I have tattoos and earrings and stuff, and they just didn't want to mess with hair and makeup, just didn't want to mess with me. So they were like, so when I went to my fitting, they were like, no, you can't be in the 80s because it's a period piece. And so they were just like, nope, you can't be in the 80s. Go home. The same way with the Brian Wilson movie. Like they initially cast me as like as a engineer, music engineer, soundboard guy for it. And when I showed up for the fitting, they were just like, you look too modern. Which is weird because some movies, like The Greatest Showman, the Hugh Jackman musical.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I was a stagehand in there, and they had no problems like covering me up for that movie.
Yeah, so, covering you up.
Yeah. Because tattoos and.
Did you was everyone just in short sleeves and stuff? And is that why?
Well,
like were you the outdoors?
And like I have a tattoo on the back of my neck, and I had short hair at the time, so you could definitely see that. So the makeup department had to cover up the tattoo on my hands and the back of my neck, and they put they did stuff to fill in my ears. Because my earrings have gauged earrings, and so they.
Oh wow! Very specific look.
Yeah, that's yeah. Anyway, it was an okay experience.
I just have to take my glasses off, and I just look like a normal guy again.
Yeah, you're probably a little smarter than me. I wanted decorations. They were. I feel like I needed decorations.
Yeah, just in case I get cast in something, I just trying to, because I'm out here in Nashville. It's like I need every little advantage I can get to just like keep people from saying no. It's like dating. It's like how many things can I get on my favor to keep you from saying no? All right.
Have you gone
bland as possible?
Do you go to Atlanta much to audition and anything like that?
No, I've never had an audition in Atlanta.
Okay. I wasn't
now
because when you were there doing the engineering stuff, I was kind of curious if you were also putting your
No, I wasn't.
name
I
in.
was basically a slave to that company while I was there. I didn't have a lot of free time. Um, Now that I'm here, I'm shopping for an agent, and one of my top ones that I want to sign with is also, they have an Atlanta office, or they're actually based in Atlanta. And they have a Nashville office,
Okay, that
but
makes more sense.
I don't have. I'm not. I'm not signed with anybody, and so I haven't been getting auditions. It's mostly like whatever kind of acting I can do in class, and so far that's it right now. But no, I was not able to get involved in Atlanta, so hopefully more this year.
Yeah, hopefully that the agent can get you in on that, because there are a ton of good shows that are shooting in Atlanta.
Yeah,
um
I am aware.
there's
I'm
Atlanta
salivating.
Atlanta's stealing all of the production from Hollywood, because
Yeah.
everything's just so damn expensive in LA, and they don't get the tax breaks that they used to. Most of the production companies out there are just so expensive. Like like I was saying earlier, it wasn't the place I was gonna make my production company official to get my LLC, and no way in hell. Like taxes are not worth it. I'll do that out here. Nashville would be a good place to do that too. I know a lot of my some of my favorite stand-up comedians ended up moving to Nashville. Theo Vaughn is out in Nashville now, and so is Josh Wolf. Are you familiar with any of them?
Josh Wolf sounds familiar,
Okay,
but
he's
I can't say I know who that is. I'm a little plugged in on, just I follow Zanies is the big comedic venue here. I follow them
right.
in email, and so I try to keep up with names. A girl I've been seeing recently uh, has been doing stand up, and her best friend has
Hell
had
yeah.
some successful stand up stuff. I try to keep my name. I try to just keep my eye on who's doing what. Um, and a guy in my class does improv comedy type stuff. I'm just trying to keep plugged in, but I'm not familiar with a lot of the names. Josh Wolf.
Mhm.
But what I was gonna say was, I at the end of last year, before I quit that job, I made myself a C corporation
Ah,
uh, here like in Tennessee. So I'm trying to figure out how the taxes stuff works and so on. Trying to
it.
get like a business line of credit and all that other stuff. So um, that's definitely the move if we can figure out the legal
Yeah.
ramifications.
Well, uh,
Not being in Hollywood,
let's
definitely.
yeah, let's talk offline and see if we can help each other out with that, because that's some of the stuff that I'm kind of looking into. I know it'd be a little different state to state, but like, because I am crowdfunding a comic this year. Right now we got the email list out. So everybody listening, go to Indiegogo.com and enter the CRoMniVerse. It's a fun anthology. I'm the managing the campaign, but I'm also producing the comic. It's gonna be me and I think like 7, 8 other artists so far have stories. So it's gonna be a bunch of fun short stories about this internet troll named Crom. He lives in the internet. So putting that together, because we're raising money, uh, I'm gonna like, because my name is on the campaign as the one being in charge of it. So I'm gonna have to figure out, because I'm like, the money that's coming into that, I'm doling out for all the printing costs and to pay the artists and stuff like that. So I'm not keeping much of it. So I got to figure out tax stuff, so that way I'm not having to actually pay for the full amount that is that is on there, where I'm only actually paying for like the small portion that or for my whatever percentage I end up after it's all said and done. So I'm gonna have to
Yeah.
figure out some tax stuff soon. Keep old Uncle Sam out of my ass.
Well, there's a book, and that's the book I bought. I suggest you take a look at it also. And
noted.
They keep updating it, but check it out. It's called Ink Yourself.
Ink Yourself.
Like INC.yourself, and how to profit by setting up a corporation. There's a lot of information.
Okay.
And I still don't understand it all, but I have it as a reference. Definitely, you can probably get it used for like $2. It's just a book that's out there.
Awesome. I will. Yeah, I'll definitely be looking into that. And
look at that.
And when you said ink yourself, like, because I'm in comic book production mode, so I was thinking, oh, ink, INK. Like, I'm gonna go because oh, geez, dude, I'm about to. I need some art supplies. And so I'm about to drop a bunch of money I don't really have on Amazon to get because I'm really considering doing the whole thing with traditional art. So I need to get some actual like professional markers and stuff, a whole thing. And Copics are too expensive, so I've been doing research. Like Arteza has really good next step down if and I need to get a new drawing pad for digital stuff. Like I have a Wacom bamboo, but it whatever the brain correlation to like draw on something and be looking at something else, it just takes me completely out of it. Like it's really hard. So I'm getting, I'm gonna be getting a one of the video tablets that plugs into your computer, as that you can draw on, so I can actually speed up the process some. Because doing the digital stuff, like drawing on the pad and looking at your screen, it's weird. It's very weird.
That is such a foreign world to me that I can't even imagine. But
so it's exciting though. I'm actually kind of looking forward to some of the possibilities now that I'm a little more freed up. Like, because there are certain shackles and major obstacles that come with living in a place like Los Angeles. It's because it's with the way it works, it's just like everyone, whether you're busy or not there, you're busy all the time. It's like you don't stop being busy. It's like you can't stop. You have to keep moving. And like it's hard to do anything like fun, because you're either always working and can't really do anything or relax, and it's hard to get stuff going, or you're like not working and so you're not bringing in any money, and so then you like really can't like go do anything, because it's hard to have like free relationships, because it costs, like there's nothing to really do to hang out for free there. Like it costs.
So you feel more, I'm not talking about money, you feel more free and relaxed now than you did in Los Angeles?
Yeah. It's like, even though it's weird being back home and I hate the weather here, so it's despite all of my hesitancies and stuff, I almost don't want to admit that it's not awful, but it is a little more relaxing. That may change once I start working. I haven't had to start working yet, and so like in February, when I when I re-enter the world of steady employment, it may change my mind a little bit, but I don't know. I don't think so. I may end up enjoying it more, because then, I'll be able to actually move on, get my own place fairly easily, since everything is so much cheaper here. It's already just with switching over my car insurance, that's $120 less a month I have to come up with.
Yeah.
And when you don't have a lot of money, $120 is a lot of fucking money.
That's a big one. Yeah, that's a big deal.
And so
speaking of LLC, that was the reason I made a corporation. It's like, well, you shouldn't do it till you start making money. It's like, I need, any little break, any little help I can get.
Yeah.
I should do that now. Why should I wait till then? It's like, if it can help me now, like now is when I need it. Like now is when I need to figure out how to save money or how to max every little break. Yeah.
And when you need it, like there's at least 6 other things you have to be doing. And so all you're doing is just rushing yourself and putting more tasks on your plate, by waiting to do it. Whereas if you are able to do it now and get some things taken care of, then once money does start to roll in, and then you got to start keeping better records of what you're buying, your taxes, then you're not having to worry about trying to set up a different business thing. And so you have that like completely taken care of. So that way you can just stroll on in with a big smile on your face and middle fingers in the air, or maybe not that, but just I'm here, bitches. Just rolling in. And so we different philosophy on what we're gonna do when we have money, but the same spirit, I think. Yeah, I do tend to be a little more flagrant, but
I know.
Those are my demons to bear.
We all have something. We all have some demons.
Yep. Flagrancy. It's but it's been exciting. I'm glad to hear that you have been making moves musically, and especially pulling that out. I'm sincerely happy that you're doing that, man. You deserve and need to be out there, doing that, making your way.
Thank you. I'm gonna try to keep going as long as I can. I'm too old. Like, people don't understand that I'm like 43 years old, and so it's like I've put too much time. Like, now I've been doing this for like a while. It's like I've put too much time into it. So like if I were to like stop, it would be such a waste of all these years. Right. No, I gotta see how far I can really go with it. Too many people believe in it now.
Because you are like, I'm a little like, I'm 40, and so I'm about to turn 41, like right around the corner. And so I don't have anything to show for life, because like every time I get a dime, like I just compulsively buy music equipment, recording equipment, art stuff. Like and so for me to not continue on the path, it is kind of a waste. Yeah, because I've sacrificed so much, of my life, personal relationships, jobs, mental health, peace of mind, to pursue this artist's life, that you can't stop, or else it's kind of like, what was it for?
Yeah, what was that about? What did I do that for? Yeah.
And so I just started really thinking and being like, okay, how am I going to ease myself back into a more comfortable position, so that way I can really put on my business hat and buckle down and really just move forward with all of the things that I feel like I was put on this planet, in this time zone, in this time period, in this timeline, of all the dimensions and timelines on this simulated Earth. Or whatever Elon
Who are you in this vast multiverse?
And for this particular story that's going through right now, it's like push through, where it's you've seen that cartoon where there's like the guy's digging the shovel, and then he's got like another foot to go, and then there's a big treasure behind it, and then he's putting the axe
I've
down,
seen that.
and it's like, keep going, man. Like, it's die trying. Because not to be bleak about it, but just keep going, because it's that treasure is a couple feet away, man.
The treasure, yeah, I think about that whenever my sister or my mom says maybe you should give it a year, give it another year, and then maybe it doesn't work out, you should do something else. Like, what if it takes a year and a month and I quit at a year?
Yeah.
And it's like but I think also, like, what if you enjoy the dig? What if you would just enjoy digging? And then it's like, well, I'm happy doing this thing. And, if there's treasure, great.
Right.
But I also just enjoy and that's been part of what I'm trying to figure out, is like how to make my everyday life more enjoyable as I'm pursuing everything. Because it's not just music, it's acting.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's not just like releasing stuff. It's like, do I enjoy shows and making beats and going to acting class and doing the things, reading scripts and all that other stuff that comes with it. And that's figuring out all the stuff that comes with it. I figured out that I hate sitting in a computer screen listening to 80 different hi-hats trying to figure out what sounds good. Like, I really hate it. But I love playing in front of people, stuff that I've made, and it's kind of like, it's so much hard work to do this, to get to that. And so I'm trying to figure out how to make the stuff I hate more enjoyable, to get to the stuff I really enjoy. That's been the challenge, figuring out. But a lot of the stuff I hate is like, I hate it because I'm not good at it yet, or I'm not, I don't see the benefit of it yet, or like I get into comparison, like, oh, I'm just not as good as this guy or this person, or this show's gonna suck or whatever. So I know you've seen me at my most pessimistic, and I have these just different bouts of lack of confidence, or lack of like, oh, this, what's the point of this, or whatever. So I've been in a good place lately, but I'm definitely, it's just like, okay, I quit my job again. I've quit my job for music or artistry stuff. Like, this is the 5th time I've done it on like a major. Like, this is the 5th really good job. It's the 5th really good job I've quit to do this. So it's just like, how many more? It's like, I can't keep quitting jobs. It's just like, well, that's why I didn't want that job in the first place. Anyway, there's a lot to talk about there.
I know what you're saying.
It doesn't have to be today.
And because I think about that some also, like, when applying for jobs, because I'm just like, with every job that I have ever applied for, it's in my head. I'm just like, well, I mean, this is just a means to an end for right now. And then there's a certain weird level of guilt, because I am sort of, maybe I'm not, but I like to consider myself a fairly loyal, hardworking person. And so, going into a job or a place of employment where in my head, I'm like, I mean, as soon as my art kicks off, I'm out of here, like, I'm glad to have this because it is helping to pay rent. But ultimately, with every employment situation, no matter how cool it is, it's like there's a 1 foot out the door, like the whole way through it. Even with good jobs, like, you still have the, when you're very independently minded and very artistically driven, it's everything's just sort of a means to an end to get you to that. It's almost worse than being hooked on drugs, man. Like where it, like
what part is almost worse?
The like as far as the the like financial cycles that you kind of get yourself into, trying to be independent and being like, well, it's a means to an end. I'm gonna work a little bit, get my money, save up, and then and then you're like, oh, okay, maybe I'm gonna stop doing art, and then you're like, well, I'm back on the wagon again, and it's just like creating is just like, for me, it's just like this thing that I just can't, like, I can't give up, like, ever, no matter how hard I try or whether I think it's good or bad. It's just like every time I think I get away from it, like it sucks me back in at every corner, and it's like I can't not do this, like, no matter how much I want to be responsible, or I see like normal people just having fun with their lives, just working a job and their friends and their family, and I'm like, oh man, I want that so bad, but I'm not mentally built to handle that. Where like,
I wish I could be happy doing
like I wish
thing over there.
I get so jealous of people that can be happy just doing like a regular thing. Like I'm like so jealous of that, where it's like I want that, but I know I'll self-destruct it because it's not really what my soul is crying out to do. So I know eventually, 6 months, a year, 2 years, I'm gonna sabotage it just because it's not what my soul is like crying out to do. And so I'll crash and burn it. Just and so it's so sometimes it's like, man, I think I'd rather be on heroin or something. Not really.
I don't know.
Not really, but
what that feeling is.
No,
I can relate.
Neither do I.
Yeah. Like, man, if I could just, I wish I could just get this job and be cool and I just work and just clock in every day. But that's not, I know that I can't do it. And I just think, man, I wish I were as happy as that person seems to be.
Yeah.
With doing that thing that I absolutely can't do. Like, people don't understand how hard this is and how unhappy I am if I don't do this. That's why I have to, like, people, man, why don't you just, no, I can't do that. I can't just work at the bar. Nope. I can't just work at this store. Like, I wish I could. I wish I could just clock in and just do this, at this office cubicle and just get my benefits and 401k or whatever. And there's too many people doing the thing that I want to do, that I enjoy, and like that are happy. And it's just like, I want to be happy too. And you're happy doing that, and I am going to be happy doing this. So like, let me figure out how to do this. Mm-hmm. And my parents, or my dad, I should say, everyone else tries to at least let me fail or let me do whatever. But like, it's a conversation I can never have with them. When I do, it's just so explosive and horrible. But that's just the whole point. It's just like, I'm happy when I get to do this. Let me figure out how to do this at a very high level, so I can live a life that I'm really proud of, instead of forcing me back into this other thing that clearly doesn't work for me. It doesn't, no matter how hard I try, I try all these things.
And you summed it up perfectly right there when you said a life that I can be proud of. Yeah. Because there is the happiness in the life that can work, and in the life that's not bad, in a life that is good, but it's not necessarily what makes you proud when you're like, look at it and you'd be like, man, I did that. Like, I like, you know, and so like a lot of the like normal stuff, it's not necessarily something that I can just like look back and be like, man, I'm proud of that. Whereas like, it's just the thing that everybody needs to do, which is, or that everyone has in them to do, which is to strive to do the thing that they are proud of. And so good choice of words. Enjoy the dig. I like that, man. You're just a endless catchphrase factory today, man. Enjoy the dig. That might be the name of the episode.
What's the name of the episode gonna be?
I was gonna say enjoy the dig. That might be the name of this episode. I like it.
I've not heard that before. What I was gonna say, not to be too serious, but it's like that's the reason I don't have kids. You know,
no,
I would hate to tell my kid they can be anything they want to be, and then just look at my life and just like, oh, but I can't. You know, I wasn't able to do that, or I didn't go for it, or I'd hate to look my kid in the face and be like, yeah, I did everything that I could to make this dream, or just to be happy, or just to do what I wanted. And you can do the same thing. Or it's the reason I'm not married or in a really great relationship. It's like, how can you respect me if I didn't go for it? Like, if I wasn't willing to fight for like my dreams, I might not be willing to fight for you, you know?
Right.
And help you do your thing. How can I be trusted if I'm not willing to like do what I set out to do, if I'm not passionate enough to go for it? Like, if I couldn't go for that, what makes you think I'm going to go for it and just even ask you out on a date? I feel like that's part of like why I'm really gun shy about a lot of things. It's just like, well, this didn't work out. Why would that work out? And it's just like, part of my obsession is being driven to like live in not poverty, but like, gosh, just wanting to do the thing in a smart way so that people will understand like, no, I was right. Like, I can do this. I'm good at this. And now take a look at what I've done. Like, the next thing I do is going to be worth your time to check out, because see, like, we did it. Like, it's not just about proving my parents, you know, wrong or whatever, or my doubters wrong, but being able to say to future people, like, yeah, you can do this too. Just don't give up, and look at what I did. Like,
yeah,
that's really important for me, like legacy wise, if I had such a thing,
is to not give up. And man, you are reading my mind when you're talking to, you know, with the like relationship wise and things like that. It's like, I don't know, you know, right now I just sort of cop out of it and be like, I'm just not emotionally equipped to handle any type of like relationship, so let's just not even worry about it. But and it is kind of like, along with what you're saying, it's just like, I haven't actually like really accomplished what I really want to accomplish. And so unless you are 1050% on board with what I'm doing and where I'm trying to go, then let's just be cool. Like, because this comes first, like, before any, like, unfortunately, this comes first before any relationship, and which, you know, which unfortunately I've let it, you know, come put in front of like friendships, relationships, like everything, just because I'm like, this thing, whatever it is that has a pull on my heart cord and has been just dragging me through life, it's like, I've got to follow this, and I have to keep going, and I have to accomplish at least some of what I'm trying to accomplish before I can really expand out to other people. a lot
Yeah.
And so, which has been, like I was saying, or like just some of the relationships sacrificed, the where, yeah, just because I feel like I have to do this, and not only do I feel like I have to do this, I feel like I have to do it correctly, or else it doesn't count either for some reason.
What do you mean? What do you mean correctly?
Like without cheating or stealing, or like just being true, I guess, artistically, like keeping integrity throughout the process.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
I guess, sort of to put it poorly, I guess sort of keeping it punk rock, I guess, even though that's sort of a weird dumb phrasing, but the whole, like, because I am locked into that DIY mentality a little bit, where it's like, which is on me, but I've poorly.
Are you still? So slightly related but somewhat off topic. You're still doing music along with all your visual art?
Yes. I've been slowly plugging along on a couple different music projects that hopefully I'll get one of them out by the end of the year.
So the question is, would you ever release it under a label?
Probably not. Not unless it were a situation where the label is strictly for distribution. I would give.
So you would not accept a bunch of money.
Not unless there were zero strings attached, where they were like, here's a bunch of money for you to do exactly what you want to do and feel like you need to do. We're not going to give you any creative control, very minimal notes that you have the choice to either use or ignore. And then maybe like the only thing I don't really like doing is the final master. So I would, if someone were wanting to give me a bunch of money to put out an album, I would be like, okay, cool. The only thing you can have control over is maybe doing the final mix down to EQ everything. But I'll do the main mix and then give it off to you. But that would be the only way, like as if I were having someone that could handle distribution and maybe do some advertising that would come with it. But I would accept zero creative control from anyone unless I were hired as a freelancer to do something.
And so you're not anti-help?
No. I just want full creative control for my personal projects, unless I am hired out to do a specific task for someone else. Then yeah, creative control, because that's what you're paying me for, is to have some creative input, and then I will accept it there. But no, I'm definitely not beyond some help. Like Nathan, like the deal he's got going on is pretty sweet. I would accept something like that.
What deal is that?
Like with Fake 4, like the stuff that Spoken Nerd has going on with Fake 4. Like
yeah, I definitely, I don't know the details.
I don't know that, but I just know it's pretty, like, it's fairly laxed, and like they let Nathan be Nathan, and so.
Okay, yeah, that does seem to be true.
Right.
I wish, because he said you should hit up Fake 4, because I've gotten to know those guys as well, the Fake 4 guys, just through Nathan, but like with the repeated shows and different things that they've come through here, and it's like, oh, what a great group of people. But I was like, I even want more control than Nathan has currently over his Fake 4 release. And so it seems like really neurotic, but it's like, well, no, I mean, but like I'll ask, well, do you know how many people listen to your album? He's like, well, I don't know. I mean, they've got that information. Like, can you contact the people who buy your album? Like, oh, well, they have that control too. I was like, oh, well, can you, what type of people, like, where is your album being sold right now? And like questions he doesn't have the answers to, that Fake Four has the answer to,
right?
Which is cool if you trust each other, and it's great. But I'm just like, well, no, I need to know that. I need to know that. Like,
I think they would probably give you
like
that information. I just knowing Nathan, like a little bit, like those are some things where he's just like, yeah, I don't really care. Like, I just want to write my songs and get it out. You take care of the rest of that shit for me. I don't want to. So I think they would.
Right.
I feel like that's a Nathan thing where he's just like, I don't think, like, I think if they told him, he would be happy to know, but where he's just like, no, I'm glad they're taking care. Because we had a conversation about Invisible Library, like the label that he was on, and he was just saying that he prefers with going with Fake Four and letting them handle things because he doesn't necessarily want to or need to know all of those things. Like he just wants it out there.
That is I'm just a control freak. I definitely, that's the difference between me and him. That's why we've worked so well, I guess, over time, is I'm just a pain when it comes to those details, and I won't be able to sleep until I know the answer to certain questions. Okay, well, but okay, is there someone I can talk to figure this? Like, what website do I need to look at to get this info? Because I need this. My brain won't shut off till it's over. And maybe that's why I haven't made more actual music, because I get caught up in some of those details as well. But I think it's good.
Yeah, you can't shut off stuff. The management part of your brain, like the the management really side that's going on along with your creative side. You can't shut that off.
Overwhelms the creative where I can't get any creativity done. There is something to it.
Maybe start scheduling yourself different hours. Be like, okay, I am only allowing myself to think about management stuff through, like, these few hours during the day, and then these hours I have to be creative, and like kind of separate the two as like different job tasks to be able to push past it to where when you're like focusing on music, you can actually focus on music. And because I have to kind of schedule some of that stuff with myself, where be like, because sometimes if I'm drawing one thing, like my brain will be like storyboarding or working on another story or thinking about a song or something, where I'm like, okay, nope, that's what this time is for. Like, I'm going to work on time to do those other things. And so like because I, like you, enjoy the majority of the creative process and all the different aspects of it, even the technical side of it. We both went to school for media communications, so we learned how to put together all different types of media, from television to radio stations to movies to albums, and even some on the back end, the business side. We all, that is the one thing I will say about Johnson, even though I wish I hadn't gone there. I did learn a lot from the media department, they did go into a lot of very helpful things, for like as far as covering your ass on whatever spectrum of media that you may be interested in. And so because, we're both really into the whole process and how we want to know how the cow is made, or if that's the right term. Anyway, so the sausage is made. How the sausage it's where it's sometimes those different tasks leak into other aspects, and you're like, okay, crap, no, I need to keep that over there. Like, that's going to be for business time when I've scheduled in my business working hours, or I'm so I know what you mean, man. The letting those things like bleed in quells creativity sometimes,
Yeah, definitely. Are you on my email list?
Yes.
Do you get
I do.
you get my blast?
I do.
Okay. All right.
I think the last one was out. Did you send an email out about Bobby's birthday party?
Yeah, yeah, I did mention. Yeah,
Okay,
I
okay.
did.
I thought I got that email
You
the
got
other day.
you got the. That's my one that I think went to a lot of people's spam folder because I put the word band in the subject, and then I tried to change the lettering. Yeah. Anyway, I want to make sure I follow up because I have to get going and start actually working for Monday
Today.
today.
The
But I want to make sure I follow up with you about some stuff we talked about here today, and
Yeah.
I will I'll write you a nice email to follow up on some of these topics because it's worth carrying. Conversation is worth carrying on for sure.
Yes, please do. Yeah, man. No, this has been great. We've gone for an hour and 20 minutes. So yeah, man. Let's I had a blast. Yeah, man. This was fun. I kind of now I wish I wish I'd have hit you up sooner, man. Like this is fun, and as long as you're willing, I want to have you on more frequently to talk about these things, because we barely even scratched the surface of all the different things that we can actually go into, and the stuff that we have going on. So this was a blast, dude. Go ahead and plug yourself, man. Tell people where they can find you and let them know what you have going on.
Yeah, you know what? I am Quiet Entertainer on every social media outlet that you can think of. Definitely just search Quiet Entertainer and I'll pop up. Even if I'm banned, there's one social media platform that just banned me, but I have a backup. If you search Quiet Entertainer, you will find me. Quietentertainer.com needs to be updated, but just hit me up on anywhere and it will come right to me. Greg at quietentertainer.com email if you want to ask me anything about anything. I'd love to hear from you. I just put out the live album that I did musically for just a show I did with my live band. It's on Bandcamp, but if you search Quiet Entertainer live, it'll pop up. Absolutely. And that's really it right now.
Awesome. Guys, thank you very much. Check out Greg, Quiet Entertainer. Check out the live performance with the Quiet Entertainer Orchestra. Yeah, because you just recently got to do a live show with him, right? Am I wrong?
Yeah, we did that in December. Yeah. And we, at the time of this recording, January, I have that is up right now on Bandcamp. I'm very proud of it. Also, this past year, we did the Live from Home concert, which is one of the greatest things I've accomplished as an artist was getting that together with the band and doing a DVD out of it. But I'm proud of both of those. Mixed it myself. That's what I'm really pleased with. Mixed it myself, and it's really good. It sounds really good, and hopefully musically can just continue to evolve. I'm working on another hip hop record right now, so
awesome.
That hopefully will be out this year if I can, Lord willing.
Yeah,
want it to sound good.
Heck yeah, man. So. Guys, check out Greg. Thanks for tuning in to Play Nice, and I will catch you all on the next episode. Hey, thanks for tuning in. And while I have your attention, I would like to direct you over to Enter the CRoMniVerse, Anthology Volume 1. This is a comic book that I am working on. We are raising funds through Indiegogo, and right now we're running the email list. So if you would please check the description in the link below. I will have the email list for you to go sign up for Enter the CRoMniVerse Anthology Volume 1. You are not going to want to miss this. Crom is an internet troll. He literally lives inside the internet. He is a character created by Pops Van Zant and brought to life artistically by Edwin Artex Badillo, and we are putting together an anthology with a lot of great artists. Like Edwin is contributing. Doc Blaylock. I have a story. Eric Hodson, Paul Gomez. There are so many more people that are joining in and helping to contribute stories to this anthology. So please check the description below and click the sign up link, put your email in, and we will update you on everything that is CRoM. Thank you. Thanks for checking out the Play Nice podcast. I would appreciate it if you would check out my website, trashcanconductor.com. I am an artist. I do cartoons. I've got a fun cartoon called Awkward Ghost Moments. You can check that out there. I've got a adult humored comic, a mature humor comic, Johnny No Pants. I also do music. You can get that over on Bandcamp. There's a link to it there. You can also get merch. I sell things. I have fun T-shirts, coffee mugs, and things like that. And if you would also like to follow me on any of the social medias, you can find me at Trash Can Conductor. And there are also links to everything up at the website, trashcanconductor.com. So thank you very much for checking it out, and I hope to see you again soon.